Alright, yo, hello and welcome, what is going on? So, yeah, we've actually somehow, I don't know how, but we somehow reached 2,000 subscribers. Now, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys out there. The thing is, though, I don't understand why most of you guys subscribed. Yeah, if you guys would have subscribed last year or 2 years ago, I would have been like, you know what, fine. Because, last year or 2 years ago, I was uploading, I was doing previews for every single match. I was doing post-match reviews, and I was doing, like, the Twitter videos as well, like, your thoughts on Twitter. But, like, this year, last year I hit 1,000 subscribers. I think it was during September or so. And, yeah, now we've hit 2,000. And, again, I'm not really sure why. I do appreciate all you guys subscribing, but I don't know why, considering I've done like 8 videos all year or 9 videos all year. I've been very inconsistent and overall just not been uploading at all. So I just thought, you know what, we somehow hit 2,000, not sure how, but let me make a video just talking about everything, I guess. So yeah, first of all, why has there not been many videos lately? Well, my excuse has always been that I'm just very busy, but really that is just an excuse. Quite frankly, I'm trying to find a new way of doing these videos, because I feel like doing especially previous, like I felt like previous were just pretty much very repetitive, and post-match reviews, depending on the game, could also be very repetitive. So there's been a lot of times where I was just like, who cares? What I'm gonna say in this video is gonna be the same as last video, and you guys know that I hate doing that. I hate talking about the same things over and over again, which is why oftentimes, I won't repeat rumors. If there's a rumor from, say, some newspaper, and then like a more credible newspaper says the same rumor, I usually don't report on a second newspaper because I've already reported on it the first time. But yeah, in general, I just hate like posting repetitive videos. I just hate posting about the same thing over and over again. Because quite frankly, I feel like, if I've made my point to say it one time before, then there's no real point doing it a second time. So I'm trying to look at new ways to create different types of post-match reviews. There's also different types of content that I want to bring on the channel. Funny enough, I feel like I almost have to always do this part of the video where I like explain why I am a football fan and just what I have planned for the future. Considering the season is nearly over, I think it's a good time to actually talk about it as well, and considering that hit 2,000, so it's also a good time to talk about it. So here are just a few things that I'm now thinking of on the spot right now without any real plan or anything. So in the future, I feel like I mentioned on Twitter like earlier this week. That, by the way, I apologize if you guys can hear the fan. It's very hot in this room, so the fan is on. I hope it's not too loud, but if it is, then I do apologize. But yeah, here's what I've got planned for the future. Now, I don't know when exactly I'm gonna start introducing this. Probably maybe start of next season I'll officially introduce, like officially introduce it. But you'll be able to, some of you guys who are interested and want to get your thoughts out on camera, on video. I'm gonna make it so that you guys can actually send videos each week. You guys can send videos to, I'm gonna have a separate email account, obviously, to a specific email account and whatnot, and then I'll upload your thoughts on it. So basically what it would be like, say there's a transfer rumor, say the big one right now, which is Diabala, which I'm going to talk about later tomorrow or later today, but like say the big one, Diabala right now. No, because I'm pretty level-headed, to be totally honest. I am very level-headed, and some people may have much stronger opinions on something than me. So people will be able to send their opinions in, and then I'll usually pick like 1 or 2 maybe a week of just somebody's opinion. So always different people, so it's not just repetitive, but always different people to get to get more opinions or more, I don't know, more viewpoints on specific stories. Now this will be introduced probably, like I said, maybe I'll do it during the World Cup, maybe after the World Cup when the season starts. Who knows? But that's the first thing. Now the second thing I'm thinking of bringing back, actually, not introducing, but bringing back, is the Bayern quiz. I feel like a lot of people like the Bayern quiz. Back when we had it, we only had one episode of the Bayern quiz, where I essentially, I had like a live stream, had some questions, and like the first person to answer in the comment section would win that question ultimately. So I might bring that back. I'm planning to, but I feel like I almost need more various questions, and it's quite difficult to actually come up with topics that aren't easy to figure out, and something that's more niche, if that makes sense. So just from that standpoint, I have no idea. But that's something I've been thinking about bringing back. Now, the Twitter thing will be coming back, you know, then post-match reviews, I'm going to try and change that some way, and previews, I'm going to try and change that some way as well. Now, you guys probably noticed that my tactical analysis videos are dead, you know, they're pretty much gone, and that has really been due to copyright. You know, back in the day, the Champions League ones are fine, like the one I did, for example, the Arsenal match was fine. The one I did for analyzing Atletico Madrid, that was fine as well. But when it came to like the Bundesliga match, when I did one for like the Borussia Mönchengladbach game, that were taken down within like 2 minutes, and that's like, there's no point doing a tactical analysis if it gets taken down within 2 minutes. So I don't know whether that's going to return or not. Who knows? We'll see ultimately, but most likely not. Most likely, that's the key word here. Additionally, live streams will be much more happening. You know, like live watch-alongs, live reaction to the game, I guess you could call it, will be happening much more frequently. Now, I feel like almost with like these videos, I always have to talk about like when I became a football fan, and that's quite a difficult story to make because I grew up, well, I guess you have to go back to the beginning. I grew up in Munich, and I joined, before I ever became like a football watching fan or anything, I joined a football club. And that was from like a very young age on, like I was like 3 or 4, you know, being part of this football club. And back then I had two favorite players, Oliver Kahn and Sami Kuffour. And yeah, I really just like, I went from like a player fan to a to a club fan. You know, right now if a player leaves, it doesn't really bother me, you know. If it doesn't matter who the player is, it doesn't really bother me. I don't really care that much about the players. I care much more about the club. But back then I was like, I didn't really care about the club, and I just cared about the players. So it was like until almost like 2005, 2006 when I actually then, you know, after the World Cup, especially like before the World Cup and then after the World Cup, the 2006 World Cup, I was like, okay, you know what, football is much more interesting than just a specific amount of players, because the 2006 World Cup, like, it was everywhere, like the biggest event ever. You just saw people that don't even, you know, talk football, people that, you know, don't even that don't even watch football. All of them were into it. All of them were watching it. All of them, you know, were hyped for it. You saw it everywhere, around every corner. You saw stickers and whatnot for every single thing, and it was just like such an awesome time that, you know, just talking football, just playing football. Like, football was on a high. Really, it really was. And you know, that's when I realized that football is much more about just the players, but it's about a team. And that's really what I came out with on the 2006 World Cup, that international football is fun and that football is a team sport, not an individual sport. So I guess I almost went from like just supporting the players, you know, just supporting Oliver Kahn and Sami Kuffour, and then like I had a few favorites here and there, to like just being like, yeah, you know what, FC Bayern, not FC Oliver Kahn, but FC Bayern, pretty much. That's how it ultimately, you know, that's how it ultimately went for me. So so it's very difficult for me to say like when did I become when did I become a football fan, because I was a football fan from the second I was born, pretty much. When did I become a Bayern fan? And I think there's a big distinction between like being a players fan and being a Bayern fan, because I feel like if, you know, Oliver Kahn and whatnot back when I was a kid, if they left the club, if they moved to somewhere else, I probably would have moved somewhere else, if that makes sense. But so there's a big distinction between like being a Bayern fan or being a club fan, I should say, and being a players fan. Right now, really, again, if any player leaves, I don't really care that much. There's no player that I would be like really truly heartbroken with, because players ultimately always either leave, you know, or retire. So, you know, once you watch football for a while, that just becomes, I guess, natural. You just get used to that. So that's pretty much when I became a Bayern fan. You know, like the keyword here being Bayern fan, not a player fan. And I don't know, since then I've just kind of run with it, I guess. But yeah, football has been like very enjoyable. I don't know, like I used to like be just quite quiet about football, as in like I used to not talk to anyone about football, because quite frankly I feel like with football, you more so watch it, and like during the watch and whatever, during you know watching the game or whatever, that's really when, you know, it's very interesting. But like after it, how many people are going to remember specific scenarios, how many people are going to remember, you know, specific scenes, which kind of ironic now that I'm doing YouTube videos where I'm talking about the game afterwards, I guess. But yeah, back then I was like, okay, you know, if somebody were here with me watching the game, I'd be like, you know what, awesome, 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 blah, 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 blah. But then the second the game finished, I'm like, you know what, okay, let's move on. Let's move on. There are more important things in life. So yeah, it's quite ironic that now I'm doing these YouTube videos, actually discussing the game and whatnot, discussing football and whatnot. And it's just very, very fun to do so. It really is just very, very fun to do so. Through this channel, I've actually met quite a few awesome people. There's a lot of you guys, you know, I genuinely try to remember everyone's name. Not everyone's name, but more so like how everyone is. And that's most of the time, you know, either through your profile picture, then I know, okay, this is you're this. I don't really respond to comments that often, but I pretty much read every single comment all the time. So that's just the way it is. But yeah, 2,000 subscribers. I don't know what. Usually I'd be, you know, much more ambitious because I'm quite a cocky, quite an arrogant person, to be totally honest. But I'd be like very ambitious. I'd be like, okay, you know what? Let's do 10,000 subscribers within a year. But then again, I don't know if I'm actually going to be uploading frequently. And the plan is to do it. The plan is to upload regularly, starting either this summer or starting next season, because this season has been a total mess. But the fact that we made 1,000 subscribers this season, despite me pretty much not uploading at all, is just very, very impressive. So we'll see. Ultimately, you know, next season I want to like bring more people almost into the fray. Like I want to have. There are certain things that I want to bring into, which I'll have to speak to some people. Like next season is going to be quite fun, I'll say that. But there are certain elements that I want to bring to that I'm not certain yet, which is why I've not mentioned them, such as like a youth watch. Then I want to bring like a, not podcast, but more so just a discussion weekly of like the topics that happened over the week where everyone can join. And then there are a few other things that I want to bring, but we'll see ultimately how it goes down. We had 2,000 subscribers. Today is Monday, May 7th. Interesting. You know, just interesting, just very, very interesting. We'll just see how it goes. You know, if we stay at 2,000, awesome. If we grow more, awesome. Although then, I don't know. Then I feel like I'm almost disappointing more people when I'm not uploading. Just joy. But yeah. Also, apologies for there not being any video. This just being a random talk. I don't know what I'm gonna have as a background. I'm just gonna have a random picture or something. But yeah, it's very, very hot right now. I've got a fan on everything, so the weather is just terribly hot, I should say. And the lightning in the room is just terrible, absolutely terrible. So I decided, you know what, let me just record. I don't know how long this would be. 12 minutes. I thought it might be like I thought it would honestly be like an hour. I thought like I would talk about like just random stuff because I usually just deviate, which I always do. You know, once I start talking about something, even if I have a structure or a plan, I just like totally deviate into something totally unrelated or whatever. But yeah, we I guess we've done it. I guess so we hit a milestone. Yay. I sound so happy, don't I? I sound so happy. Milestones really don't really mean that much to me. Like a 1,000 milestone, that was quite spectacular because it took me like a good 3 years or so of consistent uploads. But I feel like this time I don't really deserve it. So I almost feel like I got away with something. You know, like it's like studying for an exam like the night before and then still getting an A star. That's kind of what I feel like right now. Like, hey, I didn't really do anything, but sure, I'll take it. You know, that's the way it is. Not that I'm like trying to, you know, get to like a certain amount or whatever, but that's just what it feels like. I guess that's what milestones really are, just like trying to get something. You're trying to reach something. Although I don't really have a milestone, but you know what? Let's set our sights high then, I guess. Because I feel like I almost have to announce like, oh yeah, road to blah blah blah. So let's do road to 50 million. Let's set a low milestone, something that's very achievable. So 50 million it is. Road to 50 million subscribers. Let's do that by next week. I will see you guys next week when I'm doing my 50 million subscriber milestone video. So until then, everyone, peace out and have a nice day. Bye.